If you haven't learned how to handle these questions right here, you're missing out on points in the SAT math section. So in this video, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know to get 100% on exponential problems on the SAT. Let's just go ahead and get started with the basics. In general, we need to understand that an exponential function is going to look a little bit something like this, where we have a starting value that is going to be increased or decreased by some sort of percent or factor, and then an x, which affects how many times this happens. So to give you an example, you can actually look at here. If we had something like y equals 1,000 times 1.2 to the x, our 1,000 here is going to represent the starting number that we have. So let's just say that we're talking about, I don't know, how many peanuts you have. And then here we have a percent increase of 20% because we have our original 100% plus an additional 0.2, which is 20. And then x is always going to be time or number of steps. So we could think like this increase happens every, I don't know, we'll just say like every year, right? So if we wanted to know after like 3 years, how many peanuts would you have? We would simply change x to 3. And we would know that after 3 years, we have whatever that is. Better yet, let's look at an actual SAT question to see what this looks like. We basically just want to analyze this with what I just taught you. So we know that this number 9,000 is going to be some sort of a starting point, and we know that this is going to be a percentage decrease. We should know that this is going to be a 34% decrease because 100% minus 34% would be 66%, which is what we see here, right? And if you're not comfortable with that, you might want to watch my percentages video, by the way. So here we're supposed to interpret the y-intercept, and obviously the y-intercept is when x equals 0. So we are being asked about this number 9,000. And then as far as our starting point goes, what does x represent? It says x represents the number of years since 1997. So basically, we would want to look for the actual number 1997, because that would be when x equals 0. And we would want to be looking for the number 9,000. And in particular, it's probably good to know what y represents too, so we know, okay, 9,000 clients. It says models the number of number of advertisements. So we want to look for 9,000 advertisements in 1997. We go through our answer choices, boom, boom, boom. Choice D there is exactly what we're looking for, right? And just FYI, this is considered a hard question according to College Board's question bank. So just knowing the basics is going to be really helpful for these types of questions. Now, beyond this, we also have to consider slightly more complicated equations where we have division in the exponent. And basically, we want to follow these rules. When we see the word every, it means we should be dividing by the stated number. So, for example, even though we're not actually going to see the 1, if we said that something was increasing by 20% every year, we would normally just have to the x, but you could think of it as x divided by 1, right? X every divided by 1 year. So that's one way of thinking about this. What we will actually see is something like this, where it's like something decreases by 30% every 3 months. Then we would need to have x divided by 3, or sometimes rarely you'll see 1 over 3x, which is the same thing as x divided by 3, right? So this is a trap that the SAT tries to throw at you, but I don't want you to get confused by it. So if we were looking at this question, we would get mad because our stuff is in the way. So if we were looking at this question, for example, it says that the volume of the head doubles every 8 minutes. So basically, we would be looking for multiplied by 2 for doubles. So that would be choice C. And in this case, choice C is the only one that has times 2, so it would be a little bit easier. But notice we also have t divided by 8 because it's every 8 minutes. And this makes sense if we think about it, because basically in order for the thing to double, to simply get multiplied by 2, we need an exponent of 1. So if we have number of minutes divided by 8, as soon as we have 8 minutes, it would be 8 divided by 8, which is indeed 1. So always remember that the reason that we have this divided by the every number is so that we can get an exponent of 1. That way, when we put in, 8 or whatever, it simply doubles or gets increased by 30% or decreased by 90% or whatever it is that's happening. Beyond this, there is some other tricky stuff that we want to look out for. Let's start with the weird fractions. An example of the weird fractions is going to be this, where we're looking at our model and instead of having like t over something, it has 6 over 2t. So step one would basically be just to simplify this. And this one actually ends up being pretty straightforward because 6 over 2 is the same thing as 3 over 1, right? So basically 3 over 1t, we could also think of it as 3t over 1. But still, like, this is not the fraction that we're used to where we have x divided by a number or t divided by a number for every. So what the heck is going on? Basically, in order to turn this into 1 like we did before with the every scenario, instead of, let me just like remind you. So if we had like t over 3, this would be, if we were to say like this happens every 3, I don't know, years, then 3 over 3 years would give us an exponent of 1. So in order to do the same thing, to turn our exponent into 1, we actually need to multiply by the reciprocal. So if we have 3 over 1t, then basically the number that we're actually aiming for in order to get this, it looks like a 6% increase this time, would be 1/3 of whatever time period they're giving us. So let's actually do the question so I can show you what I'm talking about. So it's telling us that we have 6 over 2 or 1 over 3t. I'll just rewrite that again so we don't forget. And it says that we're talking about someone's cursed mustache, and it looks like the length of the mustache is increasing by 6% t years after the curse begin. So basically this 6% increase happens every, sorry, that was supposed to be 3 over 1, not 1 over 3. Again, that's just me simplifying 6 over 2. So in order for this to become an exponent of 1, so we only see that 6% increase, it means the 6% increase happens every 1/3 of a year. Because again, if we multiply 3 over 1 times 1 over 3, we get 1, which is what we want for our exponent, okay? Now beyond this, there's another bit of trickery that's going on, which is unit conversion. Be on the lookout for unit conversion for these types of questions as well. Indeed, even though it's telling us we have t years, the question is asking us about every n months. So now we have a couple of things going on. We know that it was 1/3 of a year, but now we have to think 1/3 of a year is how many months? And that should be pretty easy if you live on this planet and tell time by months. There's 12 months, so 1/3 of 12 would obviously be 4. So our answer for this one would just be choice B here. And then one thing that I want you to look out for is more than 100%. Basically, if you're increasing by more than 100%, you don't want to forget the initial 1. If we were looking at this question, for example, it's asking us the value of B, and it says that we want to have an increase of 140%. So a lot of students might be tempted to say that the value of B would be 1.4, since that represents 140%, but it's an increase of 140%. So we need our initial 100%, plus an additional 140%. So the actual value of B would be 2.4. That way we have 100% plus 140%, which is 240%. So the last thing I wanted to go over with you guys was actually Desmos. And Desmos comes in really handy for exponential functions, specifically when we're dealing with tables. Obviously, you could use it for just general calculating, but let me show you how it can actually help us get an equation for this by using tables. So in Desmos, you're going to literally write the word table, and then a table is going to pop up, and then you put in your points. And typically, we only need about 3 points for any quadratic or exponential function. So for this one, I'm just going to put 3 of the points in. Cool. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click this little button here that says add regression, and we're going to change this to exponential regression. And now you can see it's giving us our answer, which is 1,000 times 0.8 to the x. So looking at our answer choices, it would basically be choice C here. t is x in this case. And speaking of cool stuff that Desmos can do, I actually just finished my Desmos crash course, and I want to give it to you for free. So use the link in the description to gain access right now. I'm going to go over the most important Desmos strategies that will help you boost your SAT score fast.